another political playground, y'all. Apparently, it's actually not another political playground, y'all.
Should we rehearse Thursday or give Thursday a break? Because we're going to be rehearsing Saturday, Sunday.
No one ever knows that.
So good.
It looks, look at our feed.
Eat it up.
Hey, look at that.
There's this kind of synergy between the group that is special because it's kind of the first time that I've felt it, but it also feels really familiar. So to unpack that, I'll start with like the humor. You know, like it's been a really fun environment, very like laxed. You know, there's a project, there's a goal in mind, but the kind of seriousness that comes along with projects like this isn't really there in the same sense. It's been like very fluid. And very like lighthearted, and I think like the levity that we're experiencing, a lot of it comes from like a kind of shared consciousness with being dark-skinned, with being black, and from kind of living that life in this kind of culture and understanding things innately. And so like the humor, for example, is something that just comes out, the connections that are made, kind of cultural significance that people of color kind of understand and represent is just shared, and so there's something that just happens organically with that, and I think that's kind of the most impactful part of this project is just feeling at home with like complete strangers.
So my experience on working with Nappy Dance Collective has been one of my favorite projects to work on. We laugh so hard, it's ridiculous. We get distracted, but we get stuff done. You know, we get shit done. And it's been very refreshing to like show up as yourself fully on the day, like whatever you're feeling, like whatever your 100% for that day is, you bring that. And being welcome for it. There's so much grace that was offered by the directors. There was not a lot of hierarchy, which is very rare in dance. Everybody's input was welcome. And yeah, most importantly, we just got each other. And so many jokes. And I think that's also another rare thing in dance processes. Like you gotta come ready to just, you know, take direction. But there was a lot of room to offer as well. And yeah, very unique experience that I don't take for granted at all.
I'm very thankful that they had this opportunity available because it's nothing that's been available to Calgary before. The process has been amazing. And Cindy and Tiara have created an atmosphere that is very welcoming and engaging. Being in the room is the only way to really understand what it's like. I just hope that we can take that to the stage because that's the only way that people will be able to experience what we've experienced together with Nappy Dance.
So Nappy for me brings people together that aren't just part of the dance scene. Artists from all of Treaty 7 just coming together to celebrate what it means to be artistic and expressing that creativity without it being attached to anything. I'm hoping that people take from it that like Black people are so multifaceted in like everything that they do, and that we don't need to be a tokenized hire, and that we can just be an artist without having that additional label on us. and that we are qualified and we can exist in the space just as equally. Being able to do this with a group of Black people, it's like crazy because the experience is so different than any other creative process I've had.
Nappy dance is a celebration. I think there is so much joy in sharing space with people who you know have a shared experience and who come from similar bodies of culture. We all share a unique and very specific way of moving about the world, the way of seeing the world, simply because of the way that we exist in society and how society paints Black bodies. And I think that specificity brought about this sense of understanding that was beyond words, that didn't need words, that was purely embodied from the start. And I think that sense of embodiment in terms of experiential embodiment really translated into movement embodiment. And it was really special to be held in that way, held by people who also needed to be held. And so it was this kind of like mutual sort of nurturing that was really special. And I'm just really excited about being able to show that as bodies of culture, you know, we're more than the label people of color. We are a body of culture, bodies of culture. And with that, it inherently entails this sense of community. And that is what has been the most beautiful and fulfilling thing about this process, was being in a community where, to some extent, I felt estranged from, being that in contemporary dance, I'm typically moving, feeling, being, collaborating amongst white bodies and these other very specific Eurocentric dance structures. And Nappy dance invited a sort of opening, a stepping back, but also stepping into what is important to me and really fine-tuning what is important to me in terms of what I want to say and what I feel like I have the agency to say as an artist. The sense of collectivity amongst Nappy dance. We have this running joke that it's more of a feeling than a name, is what we say. And it really is a feeling that is a little indescribable, but if I were to try to describe it, I would say that it's purely joy, it's laughter.